Let's talk college, man. And the most exciting thing right now about college football is these head coaching vacancies, right? We have LSU, we have Florida, we have Penn State. What we're gonna do is though, let's stick in the SEC. I'm an SEC guy. I'm sorry, I made a last second switch up. I just want to stay in the SEC, right? Don't get mad with me. Don't get mad with me. Let's do this. Let's talk about the best coaching fits. I'm gonna list off some names, right? And we'll talk about the best coaching fits for LSU, best coaching fit for Florida. We have Lane Kiffin, like I told you, America's most popular person in college football and NFL at this point right now. We have Clark Lee, the head coach from Vanderbilt. We have John Summerall, the head coach for Tulane. We have Brian Daboll, the former head coach of the New York Giants. We have Cliff Kingsbury making an appearance also. Let's start with LSU. Who would be the best option for those LSU Fighting Tigers?
I think Lane Kiffin's the best option for both teams. And I
Hmm.
think they're in a battle right now with Old Miss. And I think they're all going to lose this battle because I think Old Miss is going to match whatever amount of money that they are going to try to throw at him. And LSU has made it clear by their governor that they're going to try to not pay people. So I don't think there's any chance in hell he's leaving Old Miss to take less money or a less lucrative contract, especially when you know that the New York Giants are going to be knocking on the door. So I think as much as everybody would like to say, I think as I said, Lane is enjoying hearing his name called by everybody. He's the hot girl at the party right now, and everybody's
Hmm.
paying attention to him. He likes it, and he's enjoying it. Now, where he lands, I think either team would be really happy to land him, but I think he would be the best fit for LSU personally from like a culture fit and also who Lane is as a person. I think LSU should do everything possible to get Lane Kiffin to go there. That would be my number one choice by far.
Yeah, I'll say this: who needs him more will be Florida. I
Oh,
think
not
Florida needs him
close.
more.
Yeah.
They should open the checkbook and tell Lane Kiffin he can do whatever the hell he wants to, right? In the entire city of Gainesville, because it's been a very long time and Florida is really close to being a has-been, right? It's been what since what 07, 08, 09. You're talking about
Yep.
those Tim Tebow days, right? And they've went through and cycled through so many coaches. And Florida's biggest issue over the past years have been offense. Their offense, they have not had a good offensive identity in a very long time to where you feel like this team can score 30 points. And that's with new administration, that's new athletic directors, that's new head coaches, right? They just haven't figured it out. So if you really want to get it right, hire a guy that's done it in multiple spots, knows what the hell he's doing, can develop quarterbacks at a high level, and he's proven that he can win with anybody. At Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin has shown that I could win with Matt Corral, I could win with Jackson Dart, I could win with Trinidad Chambliss, a D3 quarterback, right? And have us in the top 10. Um, LSU. I want to go with this is tough because obviously I agree with you. Lane is the best fit for
Lane's,
everybody at
yeah,
this point.
by far, by far. Who
But to
needs it?
throw
I
in,
like what you said though. Who needs it more? Florida. I
yeah,
just don't think that there's any shot. I think they're in a better position to go get a guy like Clark Lee or one of these other guys to get him to jump. I just honestly, this is a tough spot for both of these programs because
mhm,
these guys are not as likely. They're using it as negotiation like Mike Elko did with A&M to stay in the spots that they're already in, stay with the continuity, stay building the programs that they're already in. And these programs are all in better spots than the current programs we're talking about. All those
mhm,
programs are ahead of LSU and Florida as far as what they're doing this year and the talent on those teams. So as much as I know LSU and Florida fancy themselves the top of the SEC, they're not right now. And so
yeah,
that's a hard sell when you're talking about the expectations, what these fan bases want, the governor talking about whatever the hell he's talking about at LSU and Florida, obviously, which I'm not sure that they have the checkbook to compete with some of the top programs. I think that's
mhm,
a very serious question, and I think their best Hail Mary is to try and get Urban Meyer to get out of being on a broadcast booth and come back and coach Florida. Like I think that's your saving grace. And obviously he is not going to do that more than likely. But I obviously for you, you're in Baton Rouge, you know this LSU program. If it's not Lane Kiffin, who is it?
Man, I would go with these two names. First of all, Clark Lee from Vanderbilt, right? Anytime you turn around a program like Vanderbilt, you get a lot of credit. You bring them from the bottom of the SEC. And then he's done this in the land of NIL. Well, you know that gap probably even became larger, right? And to be able to identify a quarterback like Diego Pavia, right? To bring in Eli Stowers and then say, you know what, come play for my program, and then allow those players to elevate your program. And you're beating teams like Alabama, and you're competitive. You beat teams like LSU, right? So I look at Clark Lee. He looked like he's tough. He's physical. He understands the landscape of the SEC. So I look at Clark Lee, and then the other guy. When you talk about, hey, we need a consistent offensive identity, I look at Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz. He's done it year after year after year with Missouri. They're consistently competitive. Every time I cut on, they're scoring 30 points a game, and they're doing it with multiple different quarterbacks. So those are kind of two under the radar names that I look at for the LSU job.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I think both of those guys are doing really good jobs. I just, as much, it's a different era of college football, and I think the governor really put LSU in a tough spot with what he said.
Yeah.
I will be very curious to see contractually what actually happens, right? Because I just don't think what he said and reality are matching up. So, sorry, Mr. Governor. Feel free to come on the show. We'll have you on anytime you want to spew whatever you want to spew on the Draft Club, and we will very much make fun of you after you get off. So, just fair warning.